I'm gonna be giving there's a lot of good free agents, and this rookie class has been very good. It looks like it's going to be one of the best almost ever, with Zion Williamson, RJ Barrett, John Morant, etc. But I'm going to be just talking about what every team needs to do in free agency, what they need to work on in the offseason, what they need to develop their players. So let's just get right into it. The first team I'm going to be talking about is the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this team, I don't think they really need to do anything except look to re-sign Dwayne Dedmon and look to ship off Kent Bazemore's contract. After that, I think they should just try progressing their youth. Because they have Trae Young, Cam Reddish, Kevin Huerter, Amari Spellman, John Collins, all young pieces to just develop your core, get them in training camps, get them just to be better next season, and I think they're in a good position. So that's for the Atlanta Hawks, not too much. The Boston Celtics, I think they should let Kyrie walk, they should let Al Horford walk, and they should look to trade Gordon Hayward. I know that's going to be hard, but just ship him off for almost nothing to a contending team. Just go into a rebuilding, pretty much. And then maybe look to re-sign Terry Rozier. I don't know if they're interested in that. And then have a young core of Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. I know they sound like Taco Fall. They still have one of the Morris twins. I think they're okay for a rebuild, and maybe they can still make the playoffs in the East if they're looking at that. So I think that's what they should do this offseason. For the Brooklyn Nets, I think they should go for Kyrie Irving. And I think Kyrie Irving should be at the top, and then also look to sign Tobias Harris. I think those two would be really good for your core. Plus, you have Karis LeVert, still Jarrett Allen, and then you'd have a nice team of Kyrie, Karis LeVert, maybe DeMar Carroll, Tobias Harris, Jarrett Allen. I think that's pretty good and for next year. And if you want to make a push in the East, I think that team could do it. Charlotte Hornets, I think they should look to just get rid of Kemba, start from scratch, maybe trade Malik Monk or something, just to get a couple people that you're not interested in off your books, and just look to really build around your young pieces. I think that's what they should do. I have nothing really for the Charlotte Hornets. I think their main priority, though, should be let Kemba Walker walk. Chicago Bulls, I think they need to look to, I think Otto Porter's a free agent, so I would look to re-sign him. But after that, I think they're good to maybe make a playoff push. I mean, I would work on your depth a little, maybe trade Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn might be a free agent, but if you do have Chris Dunn, I'd look to trade him for more than one player. Just get depth and make a push for the East. Maybe make the playoffs, maybe get a 7th or 8th seed. I think that would be pretty good for them. Cavaliers, once again, I don't know if they should do anything. I would just go to advance your youth, and I just don't think signing anyone would be a good idea. Trade Kevin Love, that's the big priority, I think, for them. I'd really look to trade him, and that's the Cavaliers. The Dallas Mavericks, I'm looking to sign Vucevic. That is my top priority this offseason. I think the three European boys of Luka, Kristaps, and Vucevic would just be really good. They all can shoot, and I just think they would complement each other. And maybe with leftover money, look for a starting point guard. Maybe like bring back Rondo, or like maybe like trade for Chris Dunn, something like that. Just bring in a point guard. So that's what I think they should do this offseason. Now the Denver Nuggets. Now the Denver Nuggets, I think they're good. I think you should look to re-sign Paul Millsap. If he wants too much money, I think you're fine to let him walk and maybe go after a different power forward. But I would look to sign Paul Millsap again. Plus, I think their team's really good. I think they are getting better every season. They're going to make a push in the West next year. Detroit Pistons, if I'm them, I'm looking to sign a big point guard. I'm looking to make a splash in this Eastern Conference. I'm not looking to rebuild. I'm not looking to send and try to anyone. I think this free agency is where they're going to get someone, or they're going to strike out completely. I'm looking to get like a Kemba, a Kyrie, someone like that. Maybe even trade for a Chris Paul type. I don't know if they have the assets, but I think that's what they should do. Just look to get a point guard to complement Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. We know Chris Paul complements both of them very well, so that's what I think they should do. Golden State Warriors, your top priority is to sign Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson to a max. They said they're going to do that. They're going to have no money to fill out their depth. I don't know if they'll have any money to sign Kevon Looney or DeMarcus Cousins. So this season, it's probably going to be a tough one. I think they might be able to get like a 6th, 7th, or 8th seed in the West. But I think your top priority is just signing Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. If you cannot get Kevin Durant, that means you should sign Kevon Looney, and you could try filling out your depth to try making a bigger push this offseason. For the Houston Rockets, I think they should look to sign Jimmy Butler. I think this is their last year they can make a push. I don't think they should be shopping around Chris Paul yet. I think if they don't do it this year, then they're never going to do it. So I think Jimmy Butler would be the perfect addition to them. I think he works with Chris Paul's work ethic and James Harden's, and I think they would mesh really well together. Plus, you're taking away from the Lakers that Jimmy Butler, because I know they really want to persuade him to come. So if the Lakers don't get anyone else, you can make a push in that West to win a finals. Indiana Pacers, once again, I think they should look for a point guard like Kemba Walker. I think would fit really well with them. I think Kemba is a perfect fit for Indiana. And let Darren Collison walk. Let Thaddeus Young walk. Just come out with a team of Domantas Sabonis starting and Kemba Walker. Victor Oladipo's back. Miles Turner's your center. And then maybe look to sign Bogdanovich back. I think that might be hard. I think he's going to get paid a lot of money. But if you can sign him, that's the perfect fit. Next team's the LA Clippers. The Clippers are interesting. I think your top priority, of course, is to sign like KD or Kawhi, I think is the top of their situation. But really after that, I don't even know if they should look to sign with them. I think their team's pretty solid. Maybe find like a better center, maybe a better point guard, but I think their team is pretty solid as it is. But of course, Kawhi Leonard is the top of your priority. Los Angeles Lakers, I think what they should do, they could sign another star, but I think they should use that money to get, they should get a, fill out their depth. For example, get guys like Darren Collison, Derek Favors, Wayne Ellington. These guys that can come in, play good, give you that depth, kind of like the Raptors, what they did this season. They got depth, and that's won them the championship. Not stars. They had 2 stars, and the rest were depth, and that's what the Lakers should look to do. I think they're going to look to sign another big name, but I think they should really just work on filling out their depth, because I think this team is good enough. Memphis Grizzlies, once again, I don't think they should do anything. You've already shipped out Mike Conley. You've got a nice player of John Moran and Jaren Jackson Jr., which is very good. I think you should just look to roll that out. Maybe Anthony Davis is getting traded with KD all day. Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm just trying to get shooters. I'm trading on Andre Roberson. I think what's his name? Terrence Ferguson showed that he is a better player. He can score more, but I think he's a better off the bench. And then I'm looking to get someone for like a Andre Roberson just to get a better shooter and better starting lineup. Orlando Magic. My top priority is honestly, I'm letting Vucevic walk. I know they're probably not going to do that, but I think Mo Bamba could be really something in this league if they just give him a chance. I don't think they've let him start a game. And you also can build around Markelle Fultz. He hasn't played that many games, and he's still the first pick. He still has a lot of potential. If you can get him to develop into something, that would be perfect. Plus, you still have Aaron Gordon. You still have Evan Fournier. You can really work around this team without Vucevic. I think Mo Bamba is fine for now. I think you can really develop him into something. Now, the Philadelphia 76ers, I think their top priority, I'm trying to re-sign Redick. I'm trying to re-sign Tobias Harris. I think Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid work around shooters. I think Jimmy Butler, I think I'm letting him walk because he's not the best shooter. Plus, he didn't really do anything for them last year. I mean, he played good, but not at the level that they wanted him to. I'm getting Tobias Harris and JJ Redick, the shooters, to put around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, who are getting better every year. And I think I'm making one last push in the Eastern Conference. If I can't do that, then maybe Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid need to be looked to be traded, one of them. But yeah. Next, the Phoenix Suns. Their top priority is to sign a point guard. As you know, they drafted Cameron Johnson, which was a very surprising pick. Everyone thought they were going to take a point guard. Obviously, they did that for a reason. I think they did do it because they knew they were getting someone. They know they're getting D'Angelo. They know they're getting Kemba. They know they're getting Kyrie. I think D'Angelo Russell's the top of their priority, though. I think he's a very good player. And yeah, I think they're going to look to try get him. And if you can't get him, maybe get like a Ricky Rubio for a season just to pass the ball to Booker. And then they'll have a pretty solid bench with Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Tyler Johnson. Portland Trailblazers. As you know, they got one of the biggest steals of the draft, Nasir Little. So I think they're looking to start him at your small forward and have Mo Harkless come off your bench. But really what I'm trying to do is just package someone to get like... I'm trying to sign like a Paul Millsap. I'm trying to sign like an Al Horford. Someone that can come in and help us win. Because they could make a push in the Western Conference with the Warriors out. I think it'd be very good if they signed someone this offseason like an Al Horford or Paul Millsap to fit that power forward spot over Al-Farouq Aminu. I think Al-Farouq Aminu is a solid player on the bench. But starting power forward, he just won't cut it. I think Nasir Little could be something if he isn't. Mo Harkless is always still an option. He isn't really that bad. He can shoot the three and he plays defense. So I think they just need to look for a forward. That's their priority. So I think a Paul Millsap or Al Horford would fit perfectly. Next, Sacramento Kings. They're looking to get a center like a Boogie. I don't know if Boogie wants to go back to Sacramento, but if they can, I think that's a dub. Maybe get like a Vucevic. Maybe get a DeAndre Jordan, someone like that, just to fill out that center situation. If they can't get that, they're going to look to re-sign Willie Cauley-Stein. But, yeah, I think I think they should just look to get a center. And maybe, if they can't get one, maybe get Willie Cauley-Stein and then move Marvin Bagley back to center. I know I think he could be really something. He came off the bench a lot last year, and once he came to start, I know they started doing better. So I think he should be looking to start next year. San Antonio Spurs. This team is very weird to me. They're kind of in the middle of the pack team in the West right now. Like, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs with their roster right now. I know they have DeJounte Murray coming back, but I'm looking to get another free agent to fit around DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. Maybe like a center, like a Nikola Vucevic. I don't know if they have a cap for any of this. But I just think they need someone if they want to make a push, because you can't really go into a rebuild yet. But I think they're going in that direction, because DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge are all fairly old. So I'm looking to get someone else, pretty much. Toronto Raptors. Your main priority is your re-signing Kawhi. That's pretty much all you have to do this offseason. And then you're going to roll up with the same roster. And I think Pascal Siakam will get better. Fred VanVleet will get better. Kyle Lowry just plays his role. Then they can really win another title. And I don't think Kawhi will leave, but you never know how much a team offers him or if he likes the LA style. But Toronto really needs to really focus up and sign Kawhi Leonard. Utah Jazz, I think they should look to sign like a Tobias Harris. He says he has strong interest in them, which I think would fit perfectly around Rudy Gobert, because Rudy Gobert, cannot stretch the floor at all. But you have to stretch for as Tobias Harris. You also have Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Ingles. That team's very solid, and once again, I think they should make a push in the West. Washington Wizards, my top priority is either trading Bradley Beal or trading John Wall. I'm going into a total rebuild. I want to trade both. John Wall, I think, is still injured, but Bradley Beal is going to get you wins. Like, that's just him. I'm trading him to a contending team like the Lakers, which might be your downfall, trading him to a really good team like that. But I'm just trying to ship Bradley Beal off. I know they said they're not, but they should really look to do that, because they really can't do anything right now. They're not going to make the playoffs with just Bradley Beal. But I think they should look to rebuild, pretty much. That's going to wrap up the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Tell me if you like these commentating videos of me just talking over a gameplay. If you do, comment down below that you like it, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.